Welcome, this is the RPA Champion, and in today's video we are going to be learning about AI Builder. So what is AI Builder? AI Builder is a component of Microsoft Power Automate and of Microsoft Power Apps as well, and it allows you to integrate really quickly, without knowledge in machine learning or data science or coding, to integrate AI capabilities inside your flows or your apps. Now in this video you will learn the different capabilities that it provides, the different pre-trained models that it has already available for you to utilize immediately, or the ability that you can create a model and train it from scratch for different scenarios and for different cases. So the objective of the video is to give you an overview, drill down a little bit into each one of the capabilities that it provides, and understand overall how we can use the different skills, the different AI skills that it has. All right, let's get started immediately. So the first thing that to access the AI Builder, you would access it from the home and you would go onto the Build button of the AI Builder. In the models, you would see the pre-trained models that you have created. So we would always start from the Build. Now there is three parts to this page. The bottom part is the trainings. This middle part is already pre-trained models that you can start using immediately, and we're going to go into the detail of these. And here above you have models for different business needs that you can train for yourself. So for example, we have form processing. We could train a model to recognize different invoices, extract the data from the invoice, and we could identify exactly which kind of information we want to extract from that invoice or from that PDF and flag it directly on the field. So I have a video about this, about how we can create a custom invoice solution. So if you're interested, I will provide a link in the description below. Do check it out. It is pretty interesting. So let's look at the pre-trained models that we can start using immediately in our flows. So we have the business card reader, and this is quite a straightforward model. It will just read the information on a business card. Now, category classification, this is a little bit different, and this already gives us the ability also to try. So here there is a pre-built category classification model that is already ready to use, and that is configured already to classify the text into different categories so that you can use it for different business purposes. So here, for example, we have different customer feedback on different customer feedback sentences that are uploaded. So why would this be important, or why would this be useful? So that we could group our different complaints or customer requests into different categories. So as you see here, as I change to the different feedback of the different user, we can see that the category changed. This is a complaint. This is regarding staff. This is customer service. So this would allow us to group all of these different sentences into different categories. So to use this directly in one of our flows, we would just click on Use in Flow or Use in App. Now let's see the entity extraction. So the entity extraction also provides a tried out option, and this pre-built entity extraction model recognizes specific data from text that's of interest, for example, to your business. The model identifies elements from text and then classifies them into different categories. So for example, if we were to select, let's say we select this with a phone number and a person's name and an email, what this model would do, it would identify the different entities and it would make sense out of this unstructured data. So how this would be useful? This would allow you to create unstructured data and make it structured, machine readable data. Meaning, so for example, if we select this again, from all of these sentences, we would know that this has two different entities, a state and an organization, and we can already start applying entities or labels to the different sentences and start making sense out of it. Again, this is usable from the use in flow or use in app. Now let's see the invoice processing. This is a pretty straightforward one. It just allows you to upload an invoice. This model has been already pre-trained to identify certain information on invoices, such as the customer address, such as the vendor name, such as the date, the due date, the invoice due date, the invoice number, the total of the invoice. So all of these fields have already been pre-trained in the model, and you can already use this invoice model automatically inside of your flows without creating one from scratch. So that is pretty cool. This is an invoice trained model already ready to use without having to do any training yourself, importing any documents or so forth. So that is how we would use an invoice processing model. Now, key phrase extraction. So the key phrase extraction model, this also has the possibility to try it out. And what this does, it extracts the main topics inside of a sentence. So it analyzes the sentence and it finds the list of key phrases inside of that sentence. So in this case, I did not get a response back from customer support. The main key phrases are response and customer support. So this could be used to group and to understand different, to get the meaning very quickly from different sentences and from different amounts of data or different larger volumes of data as well. Language detection, this is a pretty straightforward one. This will allow you to identify the language in which the text or the email is received or whatever, and allow you to act accordingly. And all of these again are available to use just with a click. Now this is also a really interesting model that is ready to use and that could save many hours of repetitive work. So if you ever work as a consultant, you will know that you have many invoices and many bills that you need to insert inside a expense tracking tool. So if you could automate this process, that would save you a lot of time. Now, this is a very difficult process because invoices and this kind of bills are very hard to read and they're always different. But here we have a pre-trained model already on bills that can identify already all of this information automatically in different bills and extract this information. And we can already automatically use it in our flow. What does that mean? That means that we could either with Power Apps create an app that takes pictures of different bills, or in our flow we could already have taken pictures of our bills and upload those pictures in a shared folder. From our flow we could get those pictures, extract the data from the invoices and from the bills, insert the data automatically in an Excel sheet in our application or wherever we need to use that information, or have an approval workflow or so forth. So that's for the receipt processing. Sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is just like the word says. It will allow you to understand if the words that are used in a sentence, if they are positive or they are negative. So here we can see that this one is natural, this is negative. I did not get a response back from the customer support, so this has negative sentiment analysis. And this could be used to make meaning out of tweets, make meaning out of emails, understand the general sentiment of different text, and allow you to make a decision based on that. Text recognition, this is also a pretty interesting skill. So this will allow you to extract text from different images. So let's say maybe you don't have PDFs, but you have actually images that are of some invoices or of some data. This will actually allow you to extract all of the text from the images. And again, this is also available for you to use directly inside of your Power App or inside of your flows. Now we move to the part above. So let's start with the category classification on text. So this will allow you to categorize large amount of text. So imagine you have different data about your organization. You have social streams, you have emails, you have different kinds of data. What category classification will allow you to do is train different models like sentiment analysis, spam detection, customer request routing, they will category classification is one of the core components of NLP, and it will allow you to do really cool processes, gain insight in your data, categorize your data, and make better decision, more informed decision based on how you have gained insight of this data. So the next one is entity extraction, and we can see that we also have an example. And as I was saying before, here we have the ability to train our own model, and what this will allow us to do is gain insight from large unstructured amounts of data, gain some structure inside of that data. So that is the entity extraction. Form processing, we have discussed this already a little bit. So this will allow us to create or train any kind of model to extract any kind of information from a PDF, from a PDF document, or from a form. It could be an invoice, it could be a mortgage statement, like in this case, it could be a health record. So we could train our model to recognize different information on different parts of our document. So this is form processing, and here we could create our own model. Again, I have a video dedicated just to this. It is really cool. I suggest you guys to watch it. And finally, we have prediction. So prediction, as the word says itself, it allows you to analyze historic data and make some sort of prediction based on the historic data that is provided. So there is also some examples that can be seen, and this kind of use cases could be used to answer questions like, could these transactions be fraudulent, or is this applicant eligible for the application or for the membership, or is this customer a good candidate for marketing campaign, and questions like this. Based on the different data points that you provide, continuous data points, you will be able to receive a prediction. So I will be creating a flow for each one of these so that we get into detail. But with just this video, I hope that you have gained an overview of the different capabilities of the different already pre-trained models that you can start already from scratch, and also an idea of how we can train different models in the different categories and for what purposes we can use those models. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because we are going to be creating a dedicated video to each one of these models. So if you're interested in learning more about Power Automate, AI Builder, and automation in general, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.